And now the 49ers.
Seems to be still a filling out process here. But Shuford can do that all night. That's Shuford's style. That's where he boxes. Naaman has to get on the inside. He's the shorter of the two men. He has to get contact. And he's not going to get contact by throwing a jab and not sliding in off the jab. He has to pop the jab like he's right there and punch right there. Right there, he should let his hands go.
Shuford now getting off, unleashing 3 left hands and coming back with a right hand. Brewster, patient, stalking, moving forward. Both these fighters with only 1 loss apiece, and both of those losses came recently. Shuford since is 2-0, and Brewster is 1-0 since his loss. A quick first round knockout over Val Smith. Brewster 24-1 with 12 first round knockouts. That won't happen this evening, but Brewster deceptively strong, even though he's relatively light for a heavyweight at 223 pounds.
Yeah, but the big thing that he's not doing here is that's called active aggression. He's throwing a jab, but when he throws the jab, that's all he's throwing. He's not coming behind or nothing. He just came back with a right hand, but he was a little off balance. What Layman has to do is use his size to his advantage. Being the smaller of the two men, he has to stay a small object, not a big object.
In February of this past year, Shuford lost to Robert Davis. He's won both his fights since, and he simply said he was out-hustled in that fight. It was a 10-round unanimous decision for Davis, and he says that will never happen again. He will always be the aggressor when he steps inside the ring, and so far, true to his word.
You think Layman learned from that? You'd out-hustle Shuford. That's how you beat Shuford. That's how you beat him. He's not capitalizing.
Deep breath.
Shuford's father, Charles Sr., talked about his son's quickness, and here he is displaying the left hand in the second round.
See, like I said, that's the key to him. He's got to keep Brewster on the outside, pop a jab, and Brewster has to get on the inside. Brewster's not bending from the knees, he's bending from the waist. So his head is falling over, and that's why he's having problems with balance.
Don't start your combination from too far away. All right? Okay. Get a little bit closer with the face for him. Face needs to be a little bit deeper with the face. Understand? More committed, okay? Come on now. Take it slow. Come on.
All right, round 3 of this scheduled 10-rounder between Brewster and Shuford. Let's bring in Julie Letterman to see how she has it through 2.
Fran, I've got this fight 2 rounds to nothing, 20-18 for Shuford. You know, he's controlling the fight with a jab, but here we go now. He comes blaming Brewster being the aggressor. When Shuford lets him stay on the outside of that jab, he's great, but now it's all Layman Brewster right now.
Brewster sensing a weakness in Shuford, coming out on the attack, unloading a flurry of blows.
I guess he finally realized that the style that he was using was not working for him. That Shuford was allowed to be on the outside, utilize his jab, utilize his hand speed, and now Brewster realized, hey, to get into this fight, I'm going to have to take some punches to get inside, but once I'm inside, I can let my hands go. And that's where the fight is based upon right now.
Brewster misses with an overhand right there. Shuford now back to trying to control Layman with the left-handed jab. And there you see the solid work by Shuford with his left hand. Fires an overhand right, but misses.
The thing with Layman's legs, I'm watching Layman's legs, he'll look as grounded to me as he should be, a little bit more flush on his feet when he's on the inside. He gets knocked off balance very easily by a very lame jab that Shuford's throwing or pushed, or anyway, he goes left or right. He don't look too grounded on his feet. Maybe something that he needed to work on in the gym that he didn't take seriously.
Brewster trying to find a way to get inside the long reach of Shuford.
That's where Layman is most effective, on the inside. And he's not getting on the inside. And when he does get on the inside, Shuford does 2 counter shots, and Lehman does nothing but block the shots and then move.
Schufert doing a good job keeping the fight outside. Slaps with his left hand. Brewster was most effective when he charged forward.
See, he's got to cut the distance. As long as Lehman Brewster stays on the outside, he's always going to be fighting uphill. Remember, Schufert's got the reach advantage. He's got the speed advantage here in this fight. He's punching in bunches here. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Lehman Brewster is not taking away how well Schufert does what he does, which is jab and use his hand speed.
Commented that Brewster needs to find a way to get inside, but point well made. Schufert's jab has been very effective. Brewster may be a bit confused on how to exactly approach that. 3 rounds are in the books between Lehman Brewster and Charles Schufert.
Okay. You got the great legs. All you have to do is change speed when he jump you like that. You know what I mean? When he jump you, just change speed. You ain't never supposed to corner you or rope you. You know what I mean? He never supposed to get you on the rope to corner you. You heard me? You understand me, Charles? That's the only time you let him do something in the whole fight so far. You sit down the ropes and let him throw those punches at you. You don't have to do that.
Brewster figuring his best bet is to charge forward after he was ineffective through 2 rounds.
Yeah, but the problem is, here he is attacking, and he's inside, and Schufert's not allowed to punch. But he's got to continue that. He does it, and then he goes back to doing what he was doing.
Yeah, boy. Now tell him what you want to do. A little bit different, okay?
Don't worry about it. Cut the ring off. Don't follow him, son.
You got to stay off of those ropes. You got to change speeds, man. Get off of those ropes.
You heard the advice from Charles Schufert's corner. Charles Sr. telling his son the only time that Brewster has been able to get off is when Schufert's been up against the ropes, telling his son stay off the ropes. And from Lehman Brewster's corner, his trainer Freddie Rhodes telling him, look, you need to be more active. You need to be more aggressive.
See, Schufert can do this all night. Right. This is Schufert's kind of fight. Right. Keep you on the outside, keep the end of my jab. I got the reach, I got the height advantage, and without making a commitment. He can do that all night. What he's doing like this, right there, all night. As long as Lehman Brewster stays there, he's going to keep hitting him. Brewster needs to get underneath those punches, slide in, punch to the body, and bring it to the head.
From a distance, Schufert now working the jab effectively and also coming across with right hand.
Lehman also needs to throw an overhand right over the top of that jab when he drops it. Because Schufert throws his jab, but sometimes punching him down. So he brings it back to his chest area, not his face. That's what Lehman Brewster needs to do, come over the top with the right hand. But the problem is, Lehman drops his right hand when he jabs.
And also, Brewster may not be able to compete with the quickness of Schufert's left hand. Now Lehman trying to work the body. Schufert triples up with the left hand to the head of Lehman Brewster.
Lehman needs to go over the top of that jab with the right hand and come back to his hook, because he's never going to get inside of that jab unless he does so.
Schufert now a right uppercut and really using the jab to perfection.
Schufert's legs, he got great movement. He knows how to get out of the way of Lehman's attack. Lehman's not cutting the ring off, first of all. Number one problem. He's not cutting Schufert off, so Schufert can do what he wants to do. He's jabbing when he wants to jab. He's stepping around Lehman Brewster. Lehman right now is fighting an uphill fight. Since round, I would say round 1.
Schufert taking the advice from his corner, staying off the ropes, and using his quickness, which he feels is definitely an attribute. He told us yesterday he felt Brewster was slow, that he'd have no problems hitting Brewster. He's demonstrating that so far.
See, Lehman Brewster gets hit with a shot, and he doesn't come back right away. And that's why Schufert is attacking all the time. He's starting first with a jab and ending with a jab.
Schufert getting very comfortable with the left hand. Snaps back the head of Lehman Brewster. Shuford told us he would not get out hustled in the ring again, and so far, he's been on the mark.
Very nice, very nice.
Wednesday, December 20th, HBO Sports presents the next installment in its documentary series, Sports of the 20th Century, with Playing the Field, Sports and Sex in America. This documentary takes a look at how sex has influenced the world of sports and how this arena has helped shape America's ideas on sexuality. While sports has always used sex appeal to sell itself, attitudes about male and female athletes have evolved over time. You'll see how on December 20th, only on HBO. Knockout Maria Davidson, originally from Minnesota, doing her thing, trying to get the crowd fired up. We talked about the effectiveness.
I got to speed that jab up a little more. You're humming. You're humming, don't you, baby?